You ever notice how people love to play innocent? They act like saints, but when no one's looking, they sharpen their knives. Oh, they smile at you, shake your hand, call you friend. But behind that smile, lies, jealousy, contempt. It's funny, really, how they pretend to care, pretend to be good, pretend to be different. But deep down, they're all the same selfish, deceitful, rotten to the core. And the best part, they think no one sees it. They think their fake kindness, their empty words, their sweet little lies will be enough to fool the world. That if they smile big enough, say the right things, play the right role, they'll get away with it. But oh, they forget something. God sees everything, every betrayal, every backstab. Every time they pretend to be your friend just to use you, they think their masks make them untouchable. But masks slip, and when they do, oh, it's a sight to see. Because here's the dark reality: most people aren't who they pretend to be. They'll tell you they love you, then throw you under the bus the moment it benefits them. They'll swear they're loyal, then disappear the second you need them. People will sit at your table, eat your food, laugh at your jokes, all while planning your downfall. And the funniest part, they don't even feel bad about it. No guilt, no shame, just a smirk, a shrug, and a "that's life." But let me tell you something, nobody gets away with it forever. Oh, no. See, the universe has a way of balancing things out. People think they can manipulate, deceive, break others down without consequence. That as long as no one catches them, they're safe. But they forget God doesn't need evidence. He doesn't need proof. He already knows. And when the time comes, when the game is over, when the act collapses, there's no talking your way out of it. And that moment, that's when the fear sets in. When they realize they were never in control. That all the lies, all the deception, all the things they did thinking no one would ever find out, oh, they were seen. And not just seen, counted. And when the bill comes due, when the mask cracks, when they're left standing alone with the weight of everything they've done, those fake smiles, they won't save them. Not this time. Not ever. Oh, they'll try to run, try to hide, try to play the victim like they were the ones wronged. It wasn't my fault, they'll say. You don't understand. I had no choice. No choice? Ha, that's the funniest lie of them all. There's always a choice. They just picked the easy one, the selfish one. The one that let them take and take and take, never thinking for a second that one day the scales would tip the other way. See, people like that, they think they're untouchable. They think their charm, their sweet words, their well-practiced tears will save them. But tell me, what happens when the act doesn't work anymore? What happens when the people they used, the ones they betrayed, the ones they left behind, stop believing the lies? That's when reality hits. That's when the fear sets in. Because when karma knocks, it doesn't send a warning. It doesn't give them time to prepare, to craft another lie, to fake another excuse. No. It comes suddenly, swift, brutal, inevitable. And in that moment, when their world starts to collapse, when everything they built on deception begins to crumble, oh, how quickly they remember the things they laughed at before. Funny, isn't it? How they mocked you, how they thought your kindness was weakness, how they saw your loyalty as something to exploit. But now they beg for mercy. Now they cry for help. Now they pray to a God they ignored when things were good. Because that's how it always is, isn't it? People don't think about consequences until they're drowning in them. But here's the thing: God was watching the whole time. Every lie, every manipulation, every fake smile. And when he decides it's time for justice, there's no escaping it. No amount of apologies, no fake tears, no desperate pleas will be enough. Because when judgment comes, it doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait. And it sure as hell doesn't care about the excuses of people who thought they could play both sides forever. And that's the funniest part, isn't it? How they strut around, pretending to be saints when deep down they're just snakes in disguise, wearing their masks, smiling, shaking hands, playing the part so perfectly. They think if they put on a good enough show, no one will ever see the filth beneath the surface. But masks, they don't last forever. Eventually, they crack. Eventually, the truth comes bleeding through. See, people like that leaders, manipulators, users, they think they're smart. They think they can control the game, move the pieces, make everyone dance to their little tune. But what they never understand, the game plays back. And sooner or later, they all make the same mistake. They get comfortable, they think they've won. That's when they slip. That's when they say one lie too many. That's when the web they've spun turns into their own trap. But here's what they'll never admit, not even to themselves. They're scared, terrified. Every single day they wake up with one thought: what if today's the day they find out? What if today's the day their mask falls off? What if today's the day the people they deceived finally see them for what they are? They live in fear. Fear of exposure. Fear of accountability. Fear that one day they won't be able to talk their way out of the consequences that are rushing toward them like a train with no brakes. Because you can fool people for a while. Maybe for years. Maybe even for a lifetime. But you can't fool the truth. And you sure as hell can't fool the one who sees everything. They don't like to think about that part, do they? They like to believe they control their own fate, that they're above judgment, that their sins are nothing more than whispers lost in the wind. But there's something they forget. God doesn't forget. God doesn't get tricked by pretty words and empty apologies. You can wear all the masks you want, throw up all the distractions you need, but he sees through it all. Every false smile, every quiet betrayal, every time they looked someone in the eye and lied without a second thought. And when the time comes, when the final act is over and the curtain falls, that's when reality really sets in. That's when they realize their fake smiles, their clever words, their carefully crafted illusions, none of it can save them now. No more hiding, no more pretending, no more running. Because when the truth comes for them, it won't ask permission. It won't knock. It will tear them apart piece by piece, the same way they tried to do to others. And by the time they finally understand, by the time they see the weight of what they've done, it will be far, far too late. Because the moment they thought would never come, the moment they laughed off, ignored, mocked,